Hello everyone and welcome back to the KotLC Fanbase channel. Today we have an incredible theory by me and Troy. Book 9 is right around the corner. I hope I could say that, but it's actually almost a year away. So we have to spend our times theorizing about what's going to happen in Book 9. Me and Troy have created this massive theory about the start of Book 9 and even the end of Book 10. I hope you guys do stick around to hear this whole theory because it is really cool. And if you're excited, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you just can't wait for Book 9. So starting off this theory, we have Troy and he's going to be explaining his version of what's going to happen from Book 9 even up to Book 10.
Hello everyone, thank you Joey for inviting me to talk on this video. I'm really excited to share some of my theories for what I think Book 9 will look like. As of filming, it is Joey's birthday, and when you're seeing this, it'll be the day after, I think, or 2 days after. So make sure to wish him a happy birthday in the comments. I would really appreciate that if you do. Now, my first little tiny theory is about the title. I came up with a new title idea. I was reading the first chapter of Legacy. Me and Joey were actually doing that to prepare for this video, and I noticed that 2 times, maybe more, that the word endgame was mentioned. And that got me thinking, maybe the title of one of these last books are going to be Endgame. Endgame. We love Taylor Swift for that, but that was just basically a minor theory that me and Joey noticed.
So, Endgame. I think this is a perfect title for the last book. Shannon likes one-word titles, so I guess this does fit. And like Endgame, like, how do I put it? It's like a perfect name for like the last battle or the final stand or something like that. And like if Book 9 is titled Endgame or something similar to that, then we're pretty sure that it's going to be the last book.
But on to the real stuff. What is my prediction of how Book 9 or even Book 10 will look like? I have like a full master-proof plan, and it was so fun to create. So let's just start with Sophie reacting to Keefe's letter. Obviously, she is not going to, be happy with his decision to leave, and so she's going to be running after Keefe. And I really don't think she's going to bring anyone along with her. I think she'll come into her room, she'll see the letter, maybe she'll interact with Grade and Adeline a bit, but she'll be like, I need to find him. And I'm pretty sure Grade and Adeline will be like, okay, go find him, because it's important that, you see him again. Now, this is the part where Neverseen's plan to capture and overthrow the council comes in. When Sophie is away, the Neverseen are going to take their stance. They know that the Black Swan is going to be weakened while Sophie's away trying to capture Keefe. And so this is where we're not really going to have a huge perspective on this, because we're obviously going to be following Sophie. But I think what's going to happen is the Neverseen essentially gave Keefe this power, like Giselle gave Keefe this power, and she knows that he's going to run away. This is going to cause a distraction for Sophie, which is, the Black Swan's main kind of piece, the key that they've been working on for decades.
So what I'm kind of getting from this is that when Sophie leaves, it triggers the Neverseen to act. And I think that Troy is saying, since Sophie is the Black Swan's main defense or weapon, they will be defenseless. So if the Neverseen planned for Keefe to run away and then Sophie to run away after him, and that is an incredible plan, and I definitely think it could work out.
The Neverseen is basically going to rise up and provide an ultimatum for the Neverseen and essentially say, you can either give up your rule and we will take place, or we will, battle, we'll go to war, and we will totally, destroy, the Elven world. And so obviously the Black Swan are going to get together with the council, and they are going to have a blatant no. They're going to say no to this ultimatum, and essentially the Neverseen are going to attack, and the Black Swan fails again. They are captured and taken to a Neverseen hideout, basically, and they're thrown into like a Maxinian cage or something where they can't get out, and they're basically irrelevant, and the Neverseen take up and they are on the rule of the council.
So without Sophie, the Neverseen are able to capture both the Black Swan and the council, and this also means that they've also taken control of the goblins because they are the council's bodyguards. And now the Neverseen are pretty much ruling the Lost Cities. We're going to assume that this is a bad thing, but who knows? Maybe they will actually act and change something that is bad about the Lost Cities. They've been known as the rebel organization, but maybe they're rebelling for a good cause and they're just doing it in a bad way.
Now, while all this is going on, Sophie is going to search for Keefe. I really have no idea. I can't think about where he's going, but I do think he's going to leave a trail behind him. He's going to leave some sort of evidence because I think he has not given up hope on Sophie yet. I think he knows that there's a possibility for Sophie to follow him, and I think he really does, in the bottom of his heart, want Sophie to follow him. So she's going to basically essentially leave a trail for her, and she's going to, you know, maybe take a few hundred pages or something to find. I don't know. I really don't. It could be very short, or it could be very long, or it could be somewhere in the middle. I have no idea how long it's going to take Sophie to find Keefe, but I think that's going to be a very, very instrumental part in book 9. And like I said, it'll be a solo mission. She's probably going to go through a lot of places, I assume. She's also probably going to learn a little bit more about the Neverseen and the Black Swan as she goes, just little snippets, I believe.
Yeah, I definitely feel like Keefe secretly wants to be caught. He just really can't leave all of the Elven world behind, like his friends, his family. Okay, well, maybe not his family, but his friends and Sophie. He left the Lost Cities pretty much to just like protect her, so he still obviously feels a connection to her and wants to see her again.
So obviously when Sophie and Keefe find each other, they're gonna have a very emotional moment, and I think this is gonna be very private, very, you know, sentiment, very sensitive moment. And I think that a Sokeefe kiss for the first time could be seen, because they've obviously been building up feelings for each other throughout the whole series. I think it's very much Shannon's time to introduce the Sokeefe ship, and I think it's time for Sophie's first kiss, because I still think she hasn't had it even after all the Sophitz business. So I'm really excited and eager to see a Sokeefe kiss, and so I really hope it happens in this book.
So it's been 8.5 books, technically 9, and Sophie still hasn't recognized that Keefe likes her. It's kind of crazy. If something doesn't happen in book 9, especially in such a perfect moment when they're reuniting, I'm going to be really surprised.
And what a little unpopular kind of take that I have is that Sophie's kiss with Keefe will actually raise something within her, and that is a new ability. Stop, this is so cute. Like, what if Sophie and Keefe kiss and they have a new ability manifested within Sophie? Because there has been potential for Sophie to manifest a new ability. Mr. Forkle kind of hinted at it a little bit. He was like, she's not out of possibilities for new abilities, like there's still hope or whatever. And I think that would be so cool if, like, you know, the Neverseen's puppet and the Sophie's or the Black Swan's puppet, they kind of meet each other, they kiss, and that sparks an ability in Sophie. That'd be so cute. I'm dying. And that's a minor part of my theory, but I think that'd be so cool.
Okay, so to add on to what Troy is saying, he's explaining how the Black Swan sort of created Sophie with all of her abilities, and the Neverseen and Lady Gisela did the same to Keefe. Maybe like some sort of connection, such as a kiss, might trigger the similar ability to what Keefe has. What if her new ability is the missing piece to what Keefe's ability is? Maybe her ability can help heal Keefe or make him stronger. I'm not even sure if Sophie has another ability or this is how it will be triggered. But I mean, it's a far-fetched, but it's kind of ridiculous that she has like so many abilities.
Okay, and then the next thing is, obviously they meet up, Sophie talks some sense to them, they have like an emotional moment. They decide to go back to the Lost Cities because I think they're probably in the human city somewhere. I believe that Keefe is hiding with the humans, and they find out. They go to like one of the Black Swan hideouts because they're like, where is everyone? Havenfield is empty, you know, everyone is gone, and they're like, what is going on? And they go to the Black Swan's hideout, and Mr. Forkle is on the ground, like bleeding right after the battle with the Neverseen, and he's like, it's too late. And then the book ends, and that would be such a freaking good ending. Like, Mr. Forkle's the only one left at the Black Swan hideout. He quickly leaped away from the battle. He was mortally wounded. He's dying out on the floor. Sophie and Keefe come back, and they're like, whoa, what happened? And then Mr. Forkle's on the ground. He's dying. He's like, it's too late, Sophie. They've captured the council. Like, wouldn't that be a great ending to the book? I don't even know. It would be so cool, and I don't even know if it'll be book 9 and book 10 or whatever, but this is just my assumption that there will be book 9 and book 10. So now I'm going to go into my book 10 theory, which is essentially the aftermath of this battle. Sophie and Keefe quickly run away. They don't want to be caught up in the Black Swan's hideout because they know the Neverseen are very, you know, they have the Black Swan. They could easily infiltrate them and interrogate them into where the Black Swan's hideout is, so they quickly escape. They quickly make a plan to, you know, unite all the intelligent species and unite them in defeating the Neverseen once and for all.
So right now Troy is kind of like constructing like a fan fiction here. I think this is a tiny bit far-fetched for me. It's too hard to plan this far in the future when making a theory, but if this did happen, it would be really cool to read and a pretty cool situation.
Basically, they're going to go to each, like, you know, intelligent species city, and they're going to gather a force of all the remaining chaos that they can, and basically have a final battle with the Neverseen. I don't know how long this would take, but I think, you know, navigating politics with each intelligent species is going to take quite a long time, and I know a lot of series also have the same thing, where they go to each certain clan or species and they get their assistance. It's a trope in a lot of books, and so I think this could definitely apply to KotLC in a way.
This would be so crazy. The ogres and goblins fighting side by side with elves, dwarves, trolls, and gnomes in the end. When they defeat the Neverseen, all their like political relations and like hatred and feeling towards each other is going to be good, and their connection, like their bond, is going to be whole again because they've all fought together to defeat a common enemy. So the ogres won't hate the goblins anymore, and everybody will feel like everybody else is like worthy or something like that, you know? They'll all respect each other a lot more since they've all fought together, basically.
And they have this final battle, but the ending is obviously going to be good, and they're going to, you know, free the Black Swan, defeat the council, that is the Neverseen Council. And also, I think one thing that's going to be resolved is the fact that, you know, the matchmaking, the talentless, the bad matches, the forbidden abilities. I think all of those things will be solved, and I think that the Neverseen will have a chance to kind of have a heart-to-heart with the council and be like, hey, I know what we did is wrong, but your rules are kind of oppressive. And so obviously these things are really bad for the elven population in general. No one should have to be talentless and, you know, be scorned or be a bad match. That's obviously just, it needs to be fixed. So I think that's one thing that will be fixed in the ending. I think maybe some of the Neverseen will become part of the council so that they can balance out those things that are negative part of elven society. And I think that Sophie and Keefe will, you know, grow old together, and they will have a great relationship, and Sophie will have a heart-to-heart with her friends. Obviously, my theory kind of shuts out all of her friends from the rest of the series, but I'm not complaining because some alone time with Sophie and Keefe would be great. But that's my theory. Wow, that took me about 10 minutes to share, so this might be a long video.
So if Troy just correctly guessed the ending to the Keeper Lost Haste theories, I'm gonna be extremely excited and surprised if this does happen. This theory that he has, like, although it's I keep saying far-fetched, anything is plausible. It could happen. You really don't know when it's Shannon Messenger. I think these are amazing thoughts, and it could be spot on or it could be totally wrong. And I would really like to see this pan out in book 9 or book 10. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much, Troy, for helping me with this video. It was super exciting to make. And if you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it, make sure you leave a like and subscribe down below to our channel if you're excited about book 9. We still have a year to go, and I can't wait until then. I'll see you guys in the next video.